guys, how's it going tonight? So I've got part 2 of essential finger exercises. So we're going to be looking at let's call it the two-legged spider tonight, okay? So not like before where we were doing all 4 fingers, commonly called the spider walk, or we were doing variations, the 1 3 4, the 1 2 4, even the 1 2 4 stretch, and trying to do those with both fingerings there. So the best way to go on from that point would be to use 2 fingers instead of 3. That's why I call it the two-legged spider. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a metronome on. Mind you, these are exercises that very taxing on your fingers, so you want to start slow and not overstretch them, and don't overdo them either, because you'll end up blowing your fingers out or hurting yourself and not be able to play for a few days. At the very least, I've seen worse. People ripping their tendons and stuff, trying to and it's just crazy. So you don't want to go that far. So you want to develop the fingers at first, and trust me, if you're a beginner, it's enough of a spread just doing this. So you want to get in the right position. My thumb's in the back, basically, making like I'm holding a ball in my hand, and I sort of just close my fingers on the neck. So I'm not arching like this and breaking my hand or anything. It's a nice comfortable posture. So, and I'm not going to let my hand on the bottom of the neck either. That makes it impossible for my fingers to do anything. So anybody that's trying to play guitar and holding their guitar like this to do leads and melodies is going to have a rough time. Rhythm guitar is a totally different thing, and playing some bluesy licks and blues type rock style licks, you'll end up using that posture in some cases, but not not like this. So you'll want to actually be able to stretch these distances and push yourself. We're just going to start off slow. So I'm going to do the 1 2 on adjacent frets for now. So let's just develop the muscles. Picking everything, playing 8th notes to the metronome click. So do the same thing now with the 2 3. The 3 4. Definitely don't want to overdo this one. So my suggestion is you just go up as far as you can. Once you really start to feel it, stop there. Alright, so that's it for adjacent fingers, like the 1 2, the 2 3, and then the 3 4. So now I'm going to do the 1 3 and skip 1 fret. Got it. Now the 2 4 same thing. That's right, my second finger and my pinky with a fret between them. Alright, so that's the fingerings for these new exercises. Essential finger exercises number 2. But the real deal here is doing the stretch. So the 1, 2, I'm now going to spread out. Okay, I'm going to do them a half step, my bad, apart. So this is a great way to stretch out. You know, once you've gone to the level where you can make these stretches, by no means should you attempt doing these as a straight beginner. So now the 2, 3 with a fret between. This is going to be one of the more difficult exercises I've ever done. You know, if you look at your fingers, when you open your hand, your second and your third fingers actually curl in towards each other. They point at each other in a way. So to separate them on the guitar is extremely hard. So what I have to do is I even have to fan my first and my pinky out a little bit to make sure that my fingers are spread out enough to make the frets, especially in this open position. But you want to keep your hand relaxed, that's the key. So it's tough at first. So let me run through this one to the metronome. 3, 4. So next one, you guessed it, is going to be the 3, 4, the half step apart. Feel the burn. Awesome. So now we'll get on to the 1, 3 and the 2, 4. Now these scales, or scale shapes, my bad, are common in different scales, like the pentatonic minor and even the harmonic minor. Certain modes where you have intervals of a minor third, or 3 frets in between the different notes. So it's worth putting the time into doing these, because you're going to come into a musical situation for sure that's going to require you to do fingerings like this, So the 1, 3 with 2 frets in between. So I'm going from 1 to 4, and that's where I'm starting. 5 to 2, 3 to 6, 7 to 4, 5, 8, etc. And the last one will be the 2, 4, also with 2 frets between them. Same thing, you're going to come into situations where you'll need to use these stretches, so it's a good idea to practice them ahead of time. Very cool. So that takes care of Essential Finger Exercises episode 2. Look at episode 1 and you start putting together all these exercises and you've got quite the workout. I pretty much found a lot of these exercises like this in must have been a Guitar World book back in the day, and it had a huge workout from say Steve Vai, I think it was. Yeah, 10-hour workout, I think it was called. So these are like the main takeaways that I took from them, and there's tons of variations of them. I'm just sort of doing my own thing and how I play them. So like I said, practice these at first on adjacent frets, so you're doing these finger isolation exercises and not hurting yourself. Then down the road, as you can become a lot better, and this might take some time, you want to spread them out. Now, some of you guys might be already at that point, and that's why I'm doing this video right now for you. So go ahead and practice doing these stretches and take your time. There's no rush. If you have to go even slower than this, there's nothing wrong with that. It's more about feeling the stretch and getting your hands opened up so you can play any chord or scale that you come across. So take your time, tread lightly, follow the directions really close, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.